Hello, everyone. Madayao and Shalom. Look, I'm accumulating certificates behind me. There's a lot more. I'm just piled them up somewhere. I need to fix my studio so I can put all these in my studio and reclaim my space here as a living room space. Yeah. My brother even suggested that I put my computer in in the studio so that, I don't spend hours till midnight. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, yesterday I gave I suppose you could say fiery sermon. Sermon on the Mount, Sermon on the Hill, Sermon on the Shrine Hill. That was my first public, very public lecture, Bible study. Yes, it does tackle end times because I didn't know how to fit all of those in one, and I'm thinking, sounds like an end times thing. So, before you all get on my case about, but concerning the day and hour, you know not the hour, the day, no one knows, not the angels in heaven, nor the sun. Yeah, that's Matthew 24. For as were the days of Noah, so will be in the coming of the Son of Man. And remember, Noah did the ark in 120 years. The moment God told him he started building, he had 120 years. And there was only 8 people helping. And we don't know if the other 4 were helping or just cooking. Because, yeah. Anyways, whatever. We know not the hour. But the point of my talk is we have to be prepared because we know not the hour. And we have to prepare our community, our children, because we know not the hour. All right, so a lot of things happening yesterday, a lot of things happening there. Yeah, I gave a little bit of Hebrew lessons. I know I'm not qualified to teach Hebrew, but I really, 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 really wanted to share Bereshit because it is so profound. Okay, let's talk about that one because sometimes I wonder, like, Papa God, sometimes I feel like us humans, you could just, because we start our own wars. We're stupid at times. Okay, not at times. We're stupid most of the time. We are the products of our own destruction. We are the architects of our own destruction. Why do you still love us? If I were him, I'd given up on humanity ages ago. But he loves us. Why? Because before he laid the foundations of the earth, he already knew us. He already knew that there would be specific children, specific people that he would love, and if he reset the world, those particular people wouldn't be there. Because let's face it, Papa God has his favorites. I know that. I mean, look at David. He keeps doing the wrong thing, and he dances and prays, and there he's forgiven. Gotta love David, love him or hate him or something. Anyways, all right. So that that is the reason why. And what about Satan? Why didn't he just Satan? A lot of things too. Me personally, I feel like it's because we human beings, we have to, for lack of better term, evolve. Okay, because I don't know how else to say it. We have to love the Father, the Son, and the Spirit of our own accord. And we have to do that. I suppose you could say that there's going to be a test. There's always a test. And why does God test us? That is to strengthen us. Refiner's Fire. You guys know that? It's a song too. Refiner's Fire. So, how would you know if we are reflective of God's character? He puts us through the ringer. unfortunately. And I know, there are times where you start to like wonder, God doesn't love me, or why does He put me through the ringer and stuff? But no, no, I realize that, yeah, I'm being put through the ringer because of this. So, a few years back, like 7 years back, I actually suffered depression and anxiety. Although somebody told me, I think your anxiety was there long before that. The depression part was new. Um, so I never doubted God, but I felt like this is a trial, but I feel like I was drowning. I'm like, how am I gonna get out of this? I didn't know how. I prayed, so what's wrong with me, right? And and that's the thing. You just keep at it, because no, we ladies, we have to be persistent and consistent. So persistent prayer, consistent prayer. So I feel like I was like losing my voice, and then of course Bible content and all that would say like, oh no, no, when the master is testing you, if there is a test in life, the teacher is silent, something like that. So I'm like, okay, God is testing me. So I call that my Job years. God is testing me, taking away my income, taking away my family, taking away everything. It is time for me to try to do something, but I didn't know what and I didn't know how, because that's what happens when you're in the middle of a depression. You just feel like you're drowning. But I could not wake up. There were times when I would feel like, can I just not wake up? Can I just not? Because I was suffering heavy insomnia, and I'm like sleeping at 4 or 5. So I wish like, can somebody just not wake me up until, I don't know, the next day or something? But I could not, because I had to get up at 8 because my doggies were relying on me. I have to like bring them outside, pee, poo, and all that. So I suppose that was God's way of telling me, get up, get up. You cannot give up on life. You have babies to take care of, which was true. And yeah. And I suppose I'm thankful because Papa God extended their life, because I feel like Chi was such a sickly dog, but I'm always constantly panicking because yeah, she doesn't eat. She only likes certain things. She's sickly, pneumonia, what's this, asthma, the works. But she lasted a good 13, 12, 12 plus, nearly 13 years. And Bambi lasted more than 30 years. Sorry, 13 years. So, yeah. And not to say that God didn't send anybody my way. He did. He sent me people who I did not reach out to, but they reached out to me. And it helped me greatly. I mean, I knew I was suffering depression. I'm an art therapist. I knew the signs. But when you're in the middle of it, you really feel like you're in a tornado. Anyway, so I feel like maybe there was a spiritual battle happening, and somebody prevailed. And now I'm like, okay, I'm spreading the word, spreading the Bible, spreading what I know. I pray every night, okay, Lord, whatever you want me to spread, I will spread. And, well, yesterday is it. Yesterday was my first Bible lecture. Am I qualified? I'm not a pastor. I'm not a prophet. What am I? I'm just teacher Maita. I would love to inspire and ignite this fire of loving the word in you. So, I hope you guys can join me on this journey, with a bit of dancing on the side, of course, to keep healthy. With that, madayaw everybody, and shalom.